Before you speak, the universe waits. Before you ask, the supply is already prepared. But the door to your abundance does not open through effort. It opens through vibration. It opens through a word that aligns your soul with the hidden current of divine wealth. Florence Scovel Shinn once said, "Your word is your wand." But what she truly meant was that your word is the password, the key that unlocks the invisible portal between thought and form. Every blessing, every dollar, every miracle waits in that field of spirit, untouched and undelivered, until your vibration matches the law that governs it. The rich in faith do not chase money. They command it through consciousness. They speak, and the unseen rearranges. They declare, and heaven responds. Because the money portal, that invisible gateway of divine exchange, does not respond to need, it responds to alignment. And alignment begins with a single spoken truth. I am already connected to my supply. So tonight, beloved, as you listen to these words, let the outer world fade. Let the noise grow quiet. Because what you are about to learn is not a method. It is a revelation. You are about to open the portal that Spirit built for you before you were born. And once it opens, nothing can keep your good from finding you. Every word you speak vibrates beyond your body. It travels through invisible corridors of energy. The moment you say, I can't, you lock a door. The moment you say, I receive, a door swings wide open. Florence said, there is a magic word for every situation. That magic word isn't given by chance. It's revealed through faith. The wealthy in spirit repeat words that carry divine permission. I am ready. I am worthy. I am supplied. These are not wishes. They are passwords. Before a single coin moves, before a single door opens, your word moves first. The word is the beginning of every miracle. Your tongue is the golden key that turns a visible lock. What you speak shapes the field around you. It calls, it commands, it creates. Florence Scovel Shinn said, your word is your wand. But hear this deeper truth, your word is not just a wand. It is a portal. Every phrase you speak vibrates beyond your body. It travels through unseen corridors of light, searching for a match. When your word is charged with fear, it finds doors of limitation. When your word is filled with faith, it finds the gates of abundance, and they swing wide open. Say softly now, I open the portal with faith. Again, open the portal with faith. But each time you say those words, the air around you changes. You might not see it yet, but heaven hears it instantly. Your word carries your intention like a messenger of light. The universe doesn't respond to noise. It responds to vibration, and your word is vibration made visible. Think for a moment about how easily we speak. We say, I can't. It's hard. I'm broke. Each of those sentences is a password, but the wrong one. They lock the door. They dim the light. They send your supply in the opposite direction. But when you say, I receive, the portal recognizes you. It knows your frequency. It remembers your name. Say aloud now, I receive with peace. I receive with joy. Again, I receive with peace. I receive with joy. Can you feel how that sentence breathes differently? The energy softens. The room feels lighter. That is alignment. That is the portal responding. Beloved, there is a magic word for every situation. When lack appears, the magic word is provision. When fear whispers, the word is faith. When doors close, the word is grace. Each of these words holds a divine signature, a frequency the universe recognizes as truth. Speak them, and you call order out of chaos. Florence taught, man's word sets in motion unseen forces that return multiplied. So each word you speak is not a sentence. It is a seed. And the soil is not out there. It is your own subconscious. Plant wisely, water with gratitude, harvest in faith. You don't need to shout. The portal does not respond to volume. It responds to vibration. Even a whisper of truth can part the invisible veil. Say gently, "Infinite Spirit, open the way for my supply." Again. "Infinite Spirit, open the way for my supply." When you say those words with feeling, you activate ancient law. The divine mind begins to organize circumstances. Ideas start flowing. People begin thinking of you. Money begins moving through new channels. All because you dared to speak the right word. The wealthy in spirit understand this. They do not complain, they command. They do not describe lack, they declare abundance. They don't repeat the story of fear, they repeat the language of faith. Because they know that every word is a creation code, and creation listens. Say now, "My words create wealth." Again. "My words create wealth." One more time, "My words create wealth." You can feel it, can't you? That tingling in your chest. That quiet heat around your heart. That is your aura opening. That is the energy of your spoken truth rewriting your reality. So tonight, choose words that lift, not lower. When doubt enters, answer softly, "Peace be still." When worry knocks, say, "All is well." When the world says you can't, whisper, "I am divinely supplied." Each time you speak in faith, another lock clicks open. The portal does not exist somewhere far away, it surrounds you. It is the invisible field. Listen in to your every declaration. It waits for your permission to deliver what has been yours all along. The moment you speak in truth, it obeys the law of your own belief. Say this final decree for tonight. My words are alive with divine power. They open doors no man can close. They summon my wealth now, under grace, in perfect ways. Oh, again, my words are alive with divine power. They open doors no man can close. They summon my wealth now, under grace, in perfect ways. Breathe deeply. Feel the stillness after the sentence. That silence is the sound of heaven moving. Your word has been spoken. The portal has heard. And nothing can unspeak what faith has declared. Every soul carries a sound. It is the tone of your belief, the vibration that heaven recognizes long before your lips move. When you speak from fear, the tone trembles. When you speak from faith, the tone becomes gold. It cuts through dimensions. It awakens angels. It tells the universe, "I am ready." Florence Scovel Shinn said, "Faith never argues or pleads. It simply knows." Heaven listens to that knowing. It hears it even when you do not speak aloud. Because creation does not obey your volume. It obeys your vibration. You can say 1,000 affirmations and feel nothing, and nothing will change. But if you whisper one sentence filled with conviction, the entire universe will move for you. Because it is not the words alone. It is the sound behind them. The rich in faith understand this. They speak softly, but the world bends around their decree. They carry authority, not arrogance. They speak with the sound of rest, not resistance. They know that the moment they speak truth, it becomes law. Say this now gently but with certainty. My voice carries the sound of wealth. Again. My voice carries the sound of wealth. You may not realize it, but every sound you create shapes energy. Every sigh of fear sends confusion into the field. Every laugh of gratitude sends light rushing to meet you. You are surrounded by your own echo, and the universe answers in kind. Florence said, "Man can only receive what he feels is his by divine right." So if your tone is filled with desperation, the law hears lack. But when your tone is calm, confident, thankful, heaven says, "Ah, they already believe it's done." And then it is. This is why you must guard your vibration like sacred treasure. It is not enough to repeat phrases mechanically. You must feel them, breathe them, become them. Let your words carry warmth, trust, certainty. Speak them as if they are already true, because they are. Say softly, "Everything I desire already exists in spirit." Again. Everything I desire already exists in spirit. Can you feel how your chest relaxes when you say that? That release is faith. That peace is power. That tone is the sound heaven responds to. When you are anxious, your voice contracts. When you are trusting, your voice expands. The universe can hear the difference. It knows whether you are pushing or allowing. That's why the miracles arrive when you least expect them, when you have finally relaxed into belief. Beloved, even silence has a sound. It is the hum of your energy field. When you sit in peace, that vibration becomes pure, radiant, irresistible. Money, opportunities, and good fortune begin to travel toward you, drawn to the frequency of stillness. Because in stillness, you sound like God. Say this now, slowly, feeling it move through you. My silence is magnetic. My silence is magnetic. Again, my silence is not empty. My silence is magnetic. You do not need to shout to be heard by heaven. You only need to speak with authority. The tone of your certainty is louder than any volume of fear. It's the voice of creation recognizing itself in you. Florence said, "When man knows his word is his power, he will no longer use it carelessly. So speak gently. Speak truthfully. Speak as if heaven is listening, because it is. And when you do, you will begin to notice that your world listens too. Doors will open with ease. People will respond differently. Money will start appearing through unexpected channels. Why? Because the sound of your energy has changed. The vibration of your word now matches abundance itself. Say this once more. I speak with divine authority. My words carry heaven's tone. All that belongs to me recognizes my sound and finds me now. Again. I speak with divine authority. My words carry heaven's tone. All that belongs to me recognizes my sound and finds me now. Let the echo of those words linger. Let it fill the room. Feel the invisible respond. That feeling, that warmth spreading through your body, is proof that the portal is listening. It knows the sound of your faith now, and once heaven recognizes your tone, it never forgets it. There is a secret hidden within your heart, an ancient, divine technology that powers creation itself. It is emotion. Emotion is not weakness, it is energy in motion. It is the electricity of the soul, the current that makes your words alive. Florence Scovel Shinn said, "Man's word is charged with power according to the feeling behind it. Without feeling, words are empty shells, sound without light, sentences without life. But when you speak with emotion, heaven feels it. The universe does not listen to syllables. It listens to your vibration. And that vibration is determined by what you feel. Beloved, when you speak the words of wealth but feel fear, the signal is scrambled. But when you speak from gratitude, love, peace, the sound becomes pure light. It shoots through the invisible and calls your blessings by name. Emotion is not decoration erection. It tells the universe exactly where to send your supply. Say this now, gently. My emotions are divine energy. I feel peace. I feel wealth. Again, my emotions are divine energy. I feel peace. I feel wealth. I feel love. Can you feel the difference? The body softens. The air seems clearer. That is the magnetic field of truth forming around you. Each emotion is a command. Each feeling is a prayer. Each vibration is a frequency of creation. Florence said, gratitude is the law of increase. That means the more you feel thankful, the more reasons you're given to be thankful. Gratitude multiplies supply because it vibrates as completion. It says, I already have it. And heaven responds by sending more of what matches that signal. So when you want more, feel enough. When you desire increase, feel thank you. When you dream of wealth, feed is done. Emotion transforms words from thoughts into things. Say softly, thank you, infinite spirit, that my supply is already flowing. Thank you, infinite spirit, that my supply is already flowing. Beloved, the rich in spirit do not fake emotion. They cultivate it. They don't wait to feel good before speaking faith. They speak until they feel good. That is the secret. They use their emotions not as action, but as creation. When they feel peace, they are not escaping the world. They are shaping it. When they feel joy, they are not being naive. They are aligning with divine law. Because the vibration of joy is identical to the vibration of abundance. They are the same current wearing different names. You must become emotionally fluent. Learn to speak the language of calm. Learn to translate gratitude into frequency. Learn to let love become your vibration of wealth. Say this now: I feel wealthy. I feel worthy. I feel safe to receive. Again, I feel wealthy. I feel worthy. I feel safe to receive. These are not empty affirmations, they are emotional activations. When you feel them, the energy around you begins to shimmer. The air thickens with possibility. You might notice a chill or warmth moving through your body. That is energy responding, rearranging, aligning. Florence said, change your feeling, and you change your destiny. And it is true. The emotion you sustain most often becomes your environment. So if you feel peace, peace surrounds you. If you feel lack, lack obeys you. Emotion writes the invisible script of your life. Beloved, you cannot lie to your vibration. You can speak prosperity and still feel lack. And the universe will answer the feeling, not the word. So speak slowly, lovingly, until your words and your feelings unite. That unit is power. That unity is law. Say softly, my words and feelings are one. My vibration is wealth. Again, my words and feelings are one. My vibration is wealth. When you live this way, every emotion becomes sacred. Sadness becomes surrender. Peace becomes magnetism. Joy becomes prophecy. Because all are vibrations leading you back to truth. Emotion is not a storm to escape. It is a current to direct. When you feel gratitude, you are steering that current toward wealth. When you feel love, you are connecting to the source of all supply. When you feel faith, you are already inside the portal itself. Florence said, faith knows it has already received. And that knowing feels like calm. That is the emotion of completion. That is the sound heaven recognizes. So tonight, before you speak your decree, pause. Close your eyes. Find the feeling. Breathe until you feel thankful. Not because you have received, but because you know it is already yours. And when that peace fills your body, then speak. Because that emotion, that calm conviction, is the electricity that will carry your word through every dimension until it returns as form. Say this once more before we move on. My emotions obey divine law. I feel peace, I feel wealth, I feel completion. And so it is. The universe moves in perfect rhythm. It is never late, never early, always exact. When you learn to trust this rhythm, your anxiety dissolves. You begin to understand that nothing is being withheld from you. Everything is being prepared for you. Florence Scovel Shinn said, faith knows it has already received. That means true faith never asks, when? Because it knows the law of timing is always precise. Divine supply does not delay, it arranges. It waits for the perfect moment when your vibration, your readiness, and your opportunity all align like stars in a sacred pattern. Beloved, impatience is the language of fear. Faith speaks softly in the language of rest. When you trust the unseen, the portal opens without resistance. The moment you stop trying to control, heaven starts to deliver. Say softly, I release the need to hurry. My timing is divine. Again, I release the need to hurry. My timing is divine. There is a peace that comes when you stop fighting the clock. You begin to see how everything that felt delayed was actually protection. How rejection was redirection. how waiting was weaving something greater behind the curtain of time. Florence said, "Infinite Spirit opens the way for my immediate supply." Notice the balance in her words. Immediate supply. Yet under grace and in perfect ways. That means miracles happen quickly, but never chaotically. They arrive when peace is present, not pressure. So many chase wealth like a runner chasing wind, exhausted, doubtful, always grasping. But the rich in spirit walk slowly. They know not lazy, they are aligned. They know that timing is not a thief. It is a teacher. They do not rush, they radiate. Say this now, gently but with authority. My wealth arrives on time, in perfect order. Again, my wealth arrives on time, in perfect order. But each time you repeat that truth, the energy around you relaxes. The tension leaves your body, and your aura begins to glow again. That is the sign that your vibration is matching divine rhythm. When you move with heaven's timing, you no longer chase what's already yours. You attract it. Beloved, the divine never forgets a promise. Every prayer you have spoken in faith is still alive, still moving through invisible corridors. Nothing is lost. Nothing is ignored. Spirit does not work by your watch, it works by your readiness. You might think, but I need it now. And heaven replies, you will have it the moment it becomes a blessing, not a burden. This is the secret few understand. Divine delay is never denial. It is divine design. It means your foundation is being fortified so you can hold what is coming. Say softly, everything that belongs to me is on its way, in perfect timing. Again, everything that belongs to me is on its way, in perfect timing. Florence said, the train you have missed was not your train. So stop chasing what has already departed. Your supply has its own schedule, its own route, its own arrival time. Your only task is to stay at the station of faith. Calm, believing, expecting. When you wait in peace, miracles move faster. When you release the need to prove, the universe rushes to provide. When you rest, heaven works. Faith is not inactivity. It is interactivity. It is the energy of trust vibrating so purely that creation cannot resist responding. It is the silent knowing that what you have spoken in faith is already walking toward you, even if unseen. Say this now. I trust the unseen schedule of my blessings. Again, I trust the unseen schedule of my blessings. When you trust the law of timing, something beautiful happens. Your aura changes color. It turns golden, radiant, magnetic. Because gold is the color of divine patience. It is the energy of one who already knows they are supplied. The moment you stop asking, when? You step into the energy of now. And the money that seemed far away begins to move closer. Because now you are standing in the vibration where it already exists. Florence said, there is no delay in divine mind, therefore, I am never too late. Repeat that softly. Let it fill you. There is no delay in divine mind, therefore, I am never too late. Breathe deeply. Feel that truth settle into your heart. You are not behind. You are not missing your moment. You are right on time in the unfolding of your divine story. So tonight, stop chasing what cannot escape you. Stop worrying about what cannot miss you. Rest in the rhythm of divine wealth. For your supply is not coming someday. It is forming right now. Every moment of trust speeds its arrival. Every breath of peace opens another door. Say this final decree for tonight. I trust the divine rhythm of my prosperity. I am calm, aligned, and on time. All that belongs to me finds me effortlessly, under grace and in perfect ways. Again with feeling. I trust the divine rhythm of my prosperity. I am calm, aligned, and on time. All that belongs to me finds me effortlessly, under grace and in perfect ways. Now be still. The law has heard you. The portal is adjusting. And the moment you trust the timing begins to trust you. There are words that describe life, and there are words that create it. Most people speak about what they see, but the awakened ones, the divine ones, speak what they know, and what they know becomes what they see. That is the language of spirit. That is the power of the word that opens the portal. Florence Scovel Shinn said, "There is a magic word for every situation. And in the matter of money, there is one sacred phrase that changes everything. It is not long, but it is living. It is not complicated, but it carries heaven's signature. It is the sound of faith in motion, the decree that no wall of lack can withstand. Say it now, softly but with reverence. Infinite Spirit, open the way for my immediate supply. Let all that is mine by divine right reach me now, under grace and in perfect ways." These words are not merely sentences. They are a signal, a vibration that awakens your spiritual inheritance. When you say them with faith, heaven hears a door unlocking. Your unseen blessings begin to rise from their hidden places. Money that was stuck begins to flow. Opportunities that were sleeping begin to awaken. The law of circulation begins to move again. Florence said, "Nothing stands between man and his highest good but fear." So when you speak this decree with courage, fear dissolves. You replace the vibration of worry with the vibration of knowing. You shift from effort to embodiment. Say it again, slowly, with your heart open. Infinite Spirit, open the way for my immediate supply. Let all that is mine by divine right reach me now, under grace and in perfect ways. Now feel the air change. Feel how your body calms when you stop striving and start speaking truth. That stillness you feel, that quiet, is your aura responding. Your energy is rearranging itself to match the words of divine order. This phrase carries 3 sacred forces. The first is invocation. Infinite Spirit. It calls on the source, the all-knowing, all-giving presence that lives both within you and beyond you. It reminds your soul that you are never alone in your supply. You are co-creating with the infinite. The second is permission. Open the way for my immediate supply. It is not a plea. It is a command spoken with love. You are telling the universe, I am ready. You are giving grace permission to move without resistance. The third is alignment. Let all that is mine by divine right reach me now, under grace and in perfect ways. These words ensure that only what is meant for you comes. In peace, without struggle, without harm. They align you with divine timing, divine channels, divine peace. Beloved, when you speak this decree, your words become light. That light begins to travel. Through minds, through doors, through circumstances. It carries instructions to every corner of creation. Bring it now. Bring it peacefully, bring it perfectly. Florence said, there is a supply for every demand. So when you speak this phrase, you are not creating from nothing. You are calling from the invisible storehouse. Your decree locates the supply that already exists and directs it to your life. You don't have to chase it. You only need to hold the vibration of peace and repeat the command until it is done. Say it again, with deeper faith. Infinite Spirit, open the way for my immediate supply. Let all that is mine by divine right reach me now, under grace and in perfect ways. Feel the current move through you. This is no longer just sound. It is spirit made audible. The moment you speak it with truth, heaven rearranges itself to fulfill your decree. Florence said, never ask for what you do not expect. So when you speak these words, expect movement. Expect confirmation. Expect the phone call, the message, the idea, the check, the opening. Do not wonder if it will happen. Wonder how beautifully it will unfold. Beloved, when you say these words daily, morning, night, before decisions, you will begin to see a pattern. Synchronicities. Perfect timing. Divine coincidences. You'll notice money appearing where there was none, help arriving without asking, peace replacing panic. This is the portal responding to your consistency. It now recognizes your voice. Every repetition makes your decree stronger. Every peaceful breath after the decree makes it faster. Because faith doesn't shout, faith settles. The more still you become, the quicker heaven moves. Say it again, one more time, as if it were already fulfilled. Infinite Spirit, open the way for my immediate supply. Let all that is mine by divine right reach me now, under grace and in perfect ways. Pause. Breathe. Let the echo of your own voice linger in the silence. That silence is your proof. That stillness is heaven saying, it is done. And now remember, this decree is not a spell. It is a statement of spiritual law. You are not forcing, you are allowing. You are not asking. You are acknowledging. You are not hoping, you are commanding in faith. Florence said, man's word sets in motion unseen forces that eventually return to him multiplied. So the moment you speak this decree, multiplication begins. And it will return, not as an echo, but as evidence. Beloved, there will come a night when you speak this phrase and feel something shift. A physical warmth, a sudden clarity, a deep peace. That is the exact moment the portal opens. It may not make a sound, but your spirit will know. You'll sense that your command has been received. And from that moment forward, you will never again question if the universe hears you. Say it now for the final time in this section, slowly, reverently, as a law written in heaven. Infinite Spirit, open the way for my immediate supply. Let all that is mine by divine right reach me now, under grace and in perfect ways. And now, it is done. Your decree has been spoken. The current has been released. The portal stands open. And all that belongs to you is already moving in your direction, freely, effortlessly, and under grace. The moment you speak the decree, something in the invisible begins to move. You may not see it yet, but heaven has already responded. Creation does not hesitate when truth is spoken with authority. It rushes into motion, quietly, perfectly, faithfully. Florence Scovel Shinn said, man's word sets in motion unseen forces that eventually return to him multiplied. And beloved, those forces are alive right now. They have heard you. They have received their instructions. They are moving through time, space, and circumstance, weaving your supply into form. Do not let the silence fool you. The silence is the sound of divine activity. When nothing appears to be happening, everything is happening. The law is aligning people, places, ideas, and opportunities, all designed to deliver what you have commanded in faith. Say softly, heaven is moving, even when I am still. Again, heaven is moving, even when I am still. That stillness is not emptiness, it is evidence. The energy of your word has begun its journey. It travels like light, invisible but unstoppable. It touches the mind of a stranger who suddenly remembers you. It enters a system where a check is delayed and pushes it forward. It inspires a phone call, a thought, an idea. All under grace, all perfectly timed. Florence said, nothing stands between man and his highest good but fear. So fear is the only thing that can interfere with the delivery. That is why the wise stay peaceful after they decree. They do not reopen the portal with doubt. They leave it open with gratitude. They know that the law of return is automatic. Say this now, gently. I release my word in peace. I trust the invisible. Again, I release my word in peace. I trust the invisible. When you release the need to control, you invite the divine to complete its work. When you release the need to hurry, you accelerate the process. Faith is not about doing more. It's about believing more deeply. It's about resting so fully in your decree that nothing can shake your calm. Beloved, the moment after your decree is sacred. It is the space where heaven builds. In those hours and days, Your energy field becomes magnetic. Your aura shines brighter, your tone softens, your intuition sharpens. You begin to walk differently, slower, lighter, more aware. That is not coincidence, that is confirmation. You have entered the rhythm of divine flow. Florence said, "There is no delay in divine mind." That means everything that is meant for you has already begun its journey. You are not waiting for your blessing is finding you. Say softly, "My good is in motion now." Again, "My good is in motion now." And yet, while heaven works, the outer world may still test you. The appearance of lack may whisper, "Nothing is happening." But appearances are not truth. They are simply the fading of an old vibration. When light enters, shadows move, not to frighten you, but to show you that transformation is underway. Stay calm in the test, for tests precede treasures. When something seems to fall apart, remember the old structure must make room for the new supply. If a door closes, it is because a new one is already opening. If a plan dissolves, it is because a greater plan is taking shape. Say this now, "Every change serves my good. Every shift carries my supply." Again, every change serves my good. Every shift carries my supply. You may notice signs. A song, a phrase, a stranger's kindness, a sudden thought that feels guided. These are not random. They are divine fingerprints, reminders that your decree is working behind the curtain. Spirit loves to whisper, "I am here." Florence said, "Before ye call, I shall answer." That means the response begins before the request is finished. So the moment you spoke your decree, heaven had already said, yes. Every delay, every detour, every pause is simply a journey of that, yes, finding its way into matter. Beloved, faith is not a feeling, it is a stance. You do not have to feel powerful to be powerful. Even when you are tired, your word continues to work. Even when you forget, the law remembers. Even when you doubt, say softly, "My word cannot fail. My decree cannot be undone." Again, "My word cannot fail. My decree cannot be undone." This is the spiritual reaction, the divine chain that never breaks. Once you speak in faith, the energy moves forward eternally. Your word becomes light, your lead becomes magnetism, and your magnetism draws what belongs to you. And when it arrives, it will come so naturally, so gracefully. You will smile and think, "Of course." Because by the time it appears, you will already have become the person who expected it. That is the final transformation. You don't just receive your blessing, you become it. Florence said, "Man's supply is inexhaustible when he is in tune with infinite mind." And that is what happens when you speak and trust your decree. You tune yourself to infinity. You vibrate at the level of ease, not effort. You stop asking for money, and money begins asking for you. Say this final decree for this section, softly feeling it in your body. I have spoken my word. Heaven has heard. The law is working. My supply is on its way, multiplied, purified, and under grace. And again, slowly with conviction, I have spoken my word. Heaven has heard. The law is working. My supply is on its way, multiplied, purified, and under grace. Now be still. This is the moment creation shifts. The portal is not ahead of you. It is within you. And as you remain in this energy of faith, everything that belongs to you, every opportunity, every blessing, every dollar, begins to rearrange itself to meet you. Because your word has gone out. And once spoken in faith, it must return, multiplied, manifested, and made real. And now, beloved, you have come full circle. The word has been spoken. The law has been released. The invisible has begun to move in your favor. You are no longer the seeker. You are the receiver. You are no longer the one knocking. You are the one the door was always waiting for. You are no longer standing outside the portal. You are inside it, surrounded by the light of divine order. Florence Scovel Shinn said, "There is nothing too great of accomplishment for the man who knows the power of his word and who follows fearlessly where that word leads." And now, you are that one. The one who believes. The one who no longer chases, because you've remembered how creation works. You speak. You feel. You trust. And the universe, faithful and precise, responds without fail. Say this now, softly. I am aligned with the rhythm of divine wealth. Again. I am aligned with the rhythm of divine wealth. You can feel it, can't you? That calm warmth rising in your chest, that peaceful certainty settling over you. This is not imagination, this is alignment. This is the vibration of done. When you live in alignment, you stop measuring progress with your eyes and start measuring it with your peace. You stop wondering if it's working. You start knowing it is. You stop asking when, because your spirit whispers now. Florence said, "No man is your enemy. No man is your friend. Every man is your teacher." That means every experience, every delay, every closed door has been teaching alignment, teaching you how to vibrate with divine law instead of human worry. Now that you've learned, you don't have to repeat the old lessons. You can move freely, joyfully, fearlessly. Beloved, alignment is not something you chase, it is something you choose. It happens when your word, your feeling, and your faith all speak the same language. When your mind says yes, your heart says thank you, and your spirit says it is done. Say softly, my word, my feeling, and my faith are one. Again, my word, my feeling, and my faith are one. From this day forward, speak only what you wish to see. Let no idle word escape your lips. Your voice is sacred. It carries divine instruction. When you speak doubt, you plant delay. When you speak faith, you plant fulfillment. And heaven grows whatever you sow. You are now aligned with the rhythm of ease. You no longer push. You no longer grasp. You flow. You trust. You allow. You understand that money is not something you earn by force. It is something you magnetize through vibration. It comes not to your work, but to your worth. Say now, my worth is natural again. My worth is divine. My wealth is natural. When you walk in this knowing, every corner of life begins to sparkle. Bills become blessings. Delays become direction. Even silence becomes sacred, because you know that everything, seen and unseen, is working for your good. Florence said, man's supply is inexhaustible when he is in tune with the infinite. You are now in tune. You have found your frequency. The static of fear has been cleared. The music of faith plays through you continuously. Feel it. You are calm. You are certain. You are cared for. You are surrounded by good. Every need is already known. Every blessing is already moving. Every dollar that belongs to you is already on its way. Say softly, my supply cannot be lost. My blessing cannot miss me. Again, my supply cannot be lost. My blessing cannot miss me. You no longer chase miracles. You live in the state where miracles are normal. You no longer beg for signs. Your peace has become your sign. You no longer search for proof. Your calm is your proof. Beloved, alignment is the highest wealth. When you are aligned, you radiate peace, and peace is the vibration that attracts everything. It attracts opportunities, ideas, people, and prosperity, not because you need them, but because your energy has become a home for them. Money seeks peace. It stays where it feels safe. And you, dear soul, have become a sanctuary of peace. Florence said, God is my supply and my success. That is your truth now. Say it softly. God is my supply and my success. Again, God is my supply and my success. When you wake tomorrow, do not look for evidence. Feel it. The vibration of gratitude you carry will be the proof. The calm confidence you walk with will be the signal. Everywhere you go, your energy will whisper, all is well. And heaven will answer, yes, all is well. Every conversation will carry hidden grace. Every encounter will be divine appointment. Every situation will unfold in your favor. But because of luck, but because of law. The law of alignment always rewards those who trust it. So as this message draws its close, breathe deeply. Inhale peace. Exhale resistance. Let your heart rest in the knowing that you are already where you're meant to be. You are in the exact vibration of your next miracle. Say this final decree now, not as a hope, but as a command sealed in faith. I am aligned with divine supply. My word has opened the portal. My faith has activated the law. My emotion has charged creation. My timing is perfect. My decree is working. And all that belongs to me flows now, under grace, in perfect ways. Oh, again, I'm aligned with divine supply. My word has opened the portal. My faith has activated the law. My emotion has charged creation. My timing is perfect. My decree is working. And all that belongs to me flows now, under grace, in perfect ways. Now, be still, breathe. Feel that peace that passes understanding. That is heaven's confirmation. That is the sound of divine alignment. Florence said, "The invisible forces are always ready to a man's command when spoken in faith and understanding. And so they have obeyed you. Your word has been heard. The portal stands open, and every good thing that bears your name is already on its way, flowing freely, swiftly, and gracefully. Rest in this truth tonight. You are not manifesting anymore. Maintaining alignment. You are not hoping. You are knowing. You are not searching. You are receiving. And when you sleep, sleep peacefully. Because heaven does not rest until your good has found you. For your word has been spoken in love. Your decree has been sealed in faith, and your life, beloved, is now aligned with divine abundance, forever and always. And so it is.